Story 1 of 10. Hungary's 2026 parliamentary election ousts Viktor Orbán after 16 years in power. Hungary's 2026 parliamentary election ousts Viktor Orbán after 16 years in power. Here's what every outlet agrees on. Peter Magyar's Tisza party won 135 to 138 seats in Hungary's 199-seat parliament, securing a two-thirds supermajority. Viktor Orbán conceded defeat on April 12, 2026, after 16 years as Hungary's prime minister. J.D. Vance, US Vice President, visited Budapest on April 7, 2026, to support Orbán's campaign, calling it a golden age for Hungarian-US relations. Donald Trump repeatedly endorsed Orbán, including a Truth Social post on April 10, 2026, calling him a truly strong and powerful leader and urging Hungarians to vote for him. Hungary's voter turnout reached 77 to 79.5% on April 12, 2026, the highest since the fall of communism. But not all outlets told the same story. The Guardian and ABC report that Orbán's Fidesz party won 55 seats, but The Age and Newscomm do not specify the exact number, only that it was significantly lower than Tisza's 138 seats. The Guardian states that Orbán's government allegedly destroyed documents related to Russia ties, while Newscomm reports Magyar claimed this but does not provide independent verification. The Guardian and ABC report that Orbán's defeat was due to voter fatigue with corruption and economic stagnation, but Newscomm emphasizes Orbán's authoritarian policies and foreign interference as key factors. This story was covered by ABC News, The Guardian, news.com.au, Sydney Morning Herald and The Age. Story 2 of 10. SA election recount reveals uncounted ballots, political fallout over ECSA blunders. SA election recount reveals uncounted ballots, political fallout over ECSA blunders. Here's what every outlet agrees on. 81 uncounted ballot papers were discovered for the seat of Narunga, including 46 for One Nation's Chantal Thomas and 30 for Liberal Tanya Stock, with 1 rejected and 4 informal. The recount in Narunga confirmed One Nation's Chantal Thomas retained the seat with an increased margin of 74 votes, originally 58. The South Australian state election was held on March 21, 2026. More than 600 uncounted ballot papers were found in Port Pirie pre-poll booth, including 81 for Narunga. An independent review of the election will be commissioned by the SA government, with bipartisan support. But not all outlets told the same story. Article 4, ABC, states that 77 unopened absent ordinary ballot papers and 4 declaration ballot papers were found, while Article 1, ABC, and Article 5, Guardian, state 81 uncounted ballots were discovered for Narunga. Article 1, ABC, mentions 81 ballots were found in Narunga, but Article 6, Newscomm, states 77 uncounted absent votes were discovered, with 19 more than the winning margin. Article 2, ABC, and Article 3, Newscomm, mention uncounted votes in Enfield and Newland, but only Article 3 specifies Newland explicitly. This story was covered by ABC News, The Guardian, and news.com.au. Story 3 of 10. Man in his 70s falls overboard from Carnival Splendor cruise ship off Queensland coast. Man in his 70s falls overboard from Carnival Splendor cruise ship off Queensland coast. Here's what every outlet agrees on. A man in his 70s fell overboard from the Carnival Splendor cruise ship about 10:30 p.m. on Friday, April 18, 2026, while sailing northeast of Moreton Island, or Cape Moreton, as per Article 1, towards Sydney. The man was reported missing after allegedly climbing over the safety railing and jumping overboard, confirmed by Carnival Cruise Line's review of CCTV footage. A multi-agency search involving AMSA, Queensland Police, Surf Life Saving Queensland helicopters, and commercial vessels was conducted for 3 days, with the search suspended on April 21, 2026. Carnival Cruise Line's care team is supporting the man's family, and the cruise line has stated it will assist authorities in their investigation upon the ship's return to Sydney. The incident occurred approximately 30 kilometers northeast of Moreton Island, Article 2, or Cape Morton, Article 1, with the ship initially heading toward Sydney. But not all outlets told the same story. Article 1 and 2 state the man fell at 10:30 p.m. on Friday, April 18, 2026, while Article 3 says he was reported missing around 2 a.m. on Saturday, April 19, 2026. Article 2 specifies the location as 30 kilometers northeast of Moreton Island, while Article 1 states it was northeast of Cape Morton, with no further clarification on whether these are the same location. This story was covered by ABC News and news.com.au. Story 4 of 10. YouTubers trespass at Dezi Freeman's hideout sparks police investigation. YouTubers trespass at Dezi Freeman's hideout sparks police investigation. Here's what every outlet agrees on. Victoria Police are investigating a trespass report at the Tholagolong property on April 16, 2026, linked to a YouTube video posted online. Dezi Freeman, 56, was shot and killed by police at the Tholagolong property on March 30, 2026, after a standoff. Freeman was a self-described sovereign citizen who killed Victoria Police officers Detective Leading Senior Constable Neil Thompson and Senior Constable Vadim de Wart-Hottet in Porpunca on August 26, 2025. The YouTube channel The Chaos Chronicles posted videos showing the inside of Freeman's shipping container hideout, including personal items like vitamins, clothing, and a makeshift kitchen. The property owner, Richard Sutherland, has no connection to Freeman and was unaware of his presence there. He is not suspected of involvement. But not all outlets told the same story. The Guardian and The Age state the trespass occurred on April 16, 2026, but do not specify the exact time, while ABC and News.com.au do not provide a time but confirm the date. The Age and News.com.au mention Freeman was on the run for over 200 days, while News.com.au specifies 216 days, and The Age says over 216 days in another context. These are close but not identical. The Age describes Freeman as wrapped in a blanket during negotiations, while News.com.au does not mention this detail. This story was covered by ABC News, The Guardian, news.com.au, and The Age. Story 5 of 10. King Charles honors Queen Elizabeth II on her 100th birthday with tributes and memorial plans. King Charles honors Queen Elizabeth II on her 100th birthday with tributes and memorial plans. Here's what every outlet agrees on. Queen Elizabeth II would have turned 100 on April 21, 2026, marking the centenary of her birth. King Charles delivered a video tribute to Queen Elizabeth II on her 100th birthday, filmed at Balmoral Castle in early April 2026. Queen Elizabeth II died peacefully at Balmoral on September 8, 2022, at age 96 after a 70-year reign. The Queen Elizabeth Memorial will be built in London's St James's Park, featuring a 7.3-metre tall statue of her as a young woman in ceremonial robes by sculptor Martin Jennings. King Charles quoted his mother's 1940 radio broadcast, saying she believed in making the world of tomorrow a better and happier place. But not all outlets told the same story. The Guardian does not mention the Queen Elizabeth II garden opening in Regent's Park, while ABC reports Princess and will officially open it on April 21, 2026. ABC specifies the memorial will include a family of gardens with meandering paths and a glass unity bridge, but The Guardian does not detail these features. This story was covered by ABC News and The Guardian. Story 6 of 10. Federal government plans major NDIS cuts and reforms amid state resistance. Federal government plans major NDIS cuts and reforms amid state resistance. Here's what every outlet agrees on. Mark Butler will address the National Press Club in Canberra on Wednesday, the 23rd of April, 2026, to detail NDIS reforms, including changes to the scheme's growth rate. Treasurer Jim Chalmers stated that NDIS cuts will be easily the most important part of the savings package in the upcoming May federal budget. The NDIS grew by over 10.3% last year and is projected to cost $63 billion by 2028 to 29, with the government aiming to reduce annual growth to 5 to 6%. The federal government and states agreed to a $4 billion Thriving Kids program, 50/50 cost sharing, for children with autism and developmental delays, set to launch in October 2026. Queensland remains opposed to diverting children with mild and moderate autism from the NDIS to state-run programs, citing insufficient federal funding guarantees. But not all outlets told the same story. The Guardian states that Chalmers briefed state treasurers, not disability ministers, on Tuesday, while the ABC reports that state treasurers described the briefing as light on detail but does not specify whether disability ministers were excluded. The Guardian mentions that Butler spoke at the National Press Club in August 2025 about replacing state-led programs with a national scheme, but the ABC does not explicitly confirm this date or detail. This story was covered by ABC News and The Guardian. Story 7 of 10. Rebel Wilson defamation trial over sexual harassment claims and PR smear campaign. Rebel Wilson defamation trial over sexual harassment claims and PR smear campaign. Here's what every outlet agrees on. Charlotte McInnes is suing Rebel Wilson for defamation over social media posts claiming McInnes withdrew a sexual harassment complaint against producer Amanda Ghost in exchange for career benefits. The central incident involves a September 5, 2023, event at Bondi Beach where Amanda Ghost had a medical episode, cold urticaria, and McInnes helped her back to an apartment, where they shared a bath together while both still in swimsuits. Rebel Wilson hired the agency group, TAG, PR firm in July 2024 to create websites attacking Amanda Ghost, including amandaghost.com and amandaghostsucks.com, which called her the Indian Ghislaine Maxwell and accused her of sex trafficking. Text messages from TAG employees in August 2024 show Melissa Nathan instructing Katie Case to create a harsh website, with Case replying, "Oh my god, oh okay, this one will be fun." The film The Deb*, directed by Rebel Wilson, was delayed for 2 years due to legal disputes and released in Australia in April 2026. But not all outlets told the same story. The Guardian states Ghost suffered cold urticaria, leaving her in red welts and shaking uncontrollably, while ABC does not specify the severity of her medical episode beyond it being severe. The Guardian describes the bath as so large that the two women were not touching each other, while ABC does not mention the size of the bath, only that they were both in swimsuits. The Guardian reports Wilson's email to Hannah Riley was offensive and abusive, while ABC does not provide details of the email's content beyond its existence. This story was covered by ABC News and The Guardian. Story 8 of 10. King Charles honors Queen Elizabeth II on her 100th birthday with tributes and memorial plans. King Charles honors Queen Elizabeth II on her 100th birthday with tributes and memorial plans. Here's what every outlet agrees on. King Charles delivered a video tribute to Queen Elizabeth II on what would have been her 100th birthday, April 21, 2026. Queen Elizabeth II was born on April 21, 1926, and died on September 8, 2022, at age 96 after a 70-year reign. King Charles referenced his mother as Darling Mema and quoted her 1940s broadcast about making the world a better place. The Queen Elizabeth II Memorial in London's St James's Park will feature a 7.3-metre-high statue of her as a young woman in ceremonial robes, inspired by Pietro Annigoni's 1955 portrait. The memorial includes a smaller statue of Prince Philip in naval uniform, a translucent glass unity bridge, and family gardens. But not all outlets told the same story. The Guardian implies the Buckingham Palace reception is part of a broader April 21 event, while ABC explicitly states it occurs in the evening of April 21, 2026, without mentioning charities. ABC states the British Museum visit is on April 22, 2026, while Guardian does not specify a date but groups it with April 21 events. This story was covered by ABC News and The Guardian. Story 9 of 10. Federal government plans major NDIS cuts and reforms amid state pushback. Federal government plans major NDIS cuts and reforms amid state pushback. Here's what every outlet agrees on. Mark Butler will address the National Press Club in Canberra on Wednesday, the 23rd of April, 2026, to detail NDIS reforms, including changes to the scheme's growth rate. Treasurer Jim Chalmers stated that NDIS cuts will be easily the most important part of the savings package in the upcoming May federal budget. The NDIS grew by over 10.3% last year and is projected to cost $63 billion by 2028 to 29, with the government aiming to reduce annual growth to 5 to 6%. The federal government and states agreed to a $4 billion Thriving Kids program, 50/50 cost sharing, for children with autism and developmental delays, set to launch in October 2026. Queensland remains opposed to diverting children with mild and moderate autism from the NDIS to state-run programs, citing insufficient federal funding guarantees. But not all outlets told the same story. The Guardian states Chalmers briefed state treasurers on Tuesday, while the ABC notes state treasurers described the briefing as light on detail but does not explicitly confirm the date of the briefing. The Guardian mentions that Queensland is yet to sign on to the Thriving Kids program, while the ABC states Queensland remains opposed to the plan but does not explicitly confirm whether an agreement is pending. The Guardian reports that Victoria's agreement with Thriving Kids is close to being finalised, but the ABC does not provide an update on Victoria's status beyond Queensland's opposition. This story was covered by ABC News and The Guardian. Story 10 of 10. Rebel Wilson defamation trial over sexual harassment claims and smear websites. Rebel Wilson defamation trial over sexual harassment claims and smear websites. Here's what every outlet agrees on. Charlotte McInnes is suing Rebel Wilson for defamation over social media posts claiming McInnes withdrew a sexual harassment complaint against producer Amanda Ghost in exchange for career benefits. The defamation trial is taking place in the Federal Court of Australia in Sydney, with testimony from Katie Case, a former employee of the agency group, TAG, PR firm hired by Wilson. The agency group created websites, amandaghost.com and amandaghostsucks.com, accusing Amanda Ghost of being a madam and Indian Ghislaine Maxwell with claims of sex trafficking and procuring young women for wealthy clients. Text messages from August 2024 show TAG CEO Melissa Nathan instructed Katie Case to create a harsh website making Ghost appear as a madam, with Case replying, "Oh my god, lol, okay, this one will be fun." The incident at the center of the dispute occurred on September 5, 2023, at Bondi Beach, where Amanda Ghost had a medical episode, cold urticaria, and was assisted by McInnes, who helped her back to an apartment and ran a bath. But not all outlets told the same story. The Guardian states Wilson's email to Hannah Riley's agent was offensive, aggressive, and irrational, while the ABC does not mention the content of the email beyond its existence. The Guardian describes the bath at the Bondi apartment as so large that the two women were not touching each other, while the ABC does not specify the size of the bath but notes Wilson's lawyer presented a photo suggesting a normal-sized bath. The Guardian claims Wilson hired a private investigator and engaged in a broader campaign to paint McInnes as a money-grabbing opportunist, while the ABC does not explicitly mention the private investigator but focuses on the PR websites and social media posts. This story was covered by ABC News and The Guardian.